How tough will the employment situation be in 2024? It can be seen from Shenzhen, a first-tier city with a developed economy and high employment opportunities.
我来深圳已经1个多月了。
I've been in Shenzhen for over a month and interviewed with hundreds of companies, but none of them have hired me. Yesterday, one company notified me that I passed the interview and told me to come into work today. However, when I arrived at the company today, they told me, "We've already found someone more suitable." I wonder if I'm that bad. Now I can't hold on any longer. My wallet is empty, I can't pay the rent, and I have to pay my utilities. Although a factory contacted me, I said yes, but I don't want to work in a factory.
我同意了，但是我真的不想经常打螺丝。
你知道深圳现在有多少人失业吗？
Do you know how many people are now unemployed in Shenzhen? Some are only 35 years old and have been unemployed for over a year. In some group chats, 4 out of 6 people are staying at home. Some co-workers who usually work hard are also unemployed. Yesterday, they were still working in the company, and today they suddenly lost their jobs. There are more and more people delivering food in Shenzhen, and the number of DD taxi drivers is also increasing day by day. It's said that more than 20,000 people sign up for DD drivers every day. People who are working in the office yesterday may meet on the food delivery platform today. What is even more worrying is that many couples have car loans and mortgages, but both are unemployed. Those working in the IT industry used to earn RMB 20,000 to 30,000 a month. But now they have lost their jobs. As for how many people are unemployed in Shenzhen, I'm afraid no one can tell.
深圳现在有多少人失业，谁也不知道。
现在都11月快过完了，我老公被裁5个月。
It's almost the end of November now. My husband has been laid off for 5 months, and I have been laid off for 3 months. My husband and I haven't found a job yet. There are few interview opportunities. The current situation makes it feel like finding a job is harder than finding a partner. I graduated from a prestigious university and joined IBM right after graduation, where I've worked for more than 10 years. I have a lot of experience, but it's still difficult to find a job. Some people directly replied, "Sorry, the position doesn't match." After asking, I found out that it was because of my age. Many people also shared the same feeling in my video comments. They said they had a hard time finding another job after being laid off at the age of 30. This makes people wonder what is wrong with this society. Yesterday, I saw a video about a grandfather in Hong Kong who is nearly 80 years old but still wears his uniform to work. I'm only 40 years old, but I'm already out of work, and I still have 15 years to go before I retire. In these 15 years, my parents will grow old, my children will grow up, and my burden will become heavier and heavier. Reality is getting me down. Recently, the South China Morning Post showed the unemployment figures in Shenzhen, in which the number of newly registered unemployed persons was 40,221, representing a substantial increase of more than 40% over the 28,703 registered unemployed persons in the same period of the previous year. This figure reflects the current pressure on the job market. Some analysts pointed out that many unemployed people haven't registered yet, and the actual situation should be worse than what the officials said. Some netizens even said that Shenzhen is no longer suitable for workers to find jobs. In addition, a large number of Shenzhen citizens have gone to Guangzhou to work and find a way out. A netizen posted a video saying that Shenzhen's employment pressure and population mobility are shocking. Every day, many people are looking for jobs and many are unemployed. Groups of job seekers can always be seen in places where factories are recruiting, with their luggage on the side of the road. However, some netizens pointed out that thousands of people lose their jobs or change jobs in Shenzhen every day. People from all over the country come to Shenzhen to seek opportunities, and many choose to leave. This is quite a common phenomenon. Friends who are looking for jobs in Shenzhen, I have also rested here for 2 months and will start looking for a job in the next 2 days. Lei Juan has said that if you really can't take it anymore, it's okay to rest for 2 months. It's okay to admit your shortcomings and give up appropriately. Even big guys like Lei Juan have times of confusion, let alone ordinary people like us. The employment environment is relatively poor and finding a job is difficult. So relax, find a job if you can, and rest if you can't find one. You need to develop the skills and abilities required for work to prepare for finding a job later. If it doesn't work, go back to your hometown, spend some time with your parents, have enough fun, and come back for a job.
都是给父母的，完了再才走。
A girl looking for a job in Shenzhen said that after she lost her job, she came to Shenzhen to look for opportunities, thinking that the salary here is high. However, after spending RMB 400 in 3 days, she still couldn't find a suitable job. She hoped to find a job with a monthly salary of RMB 5,000 or 6,000, but the reality is that the company either doesn't have accommodation or the salary is too low. She originally thought that she could make some money before the new year. If I'd known that it was so difficult to find a job, I'd have just gone home. The girl pointed out that life in Shenzhen wasn't easy and she had no choice but to work in a factory. This job doesn't include accommodation, the salary is RMB 18 an hour, and you don't need an interview, it's a night shift. I just worked a night shift yesterday, although the work is simple, it's only RMB 3,000 to 4,000 per month. The dormitory conditions are poor and I have to pay for my meals, so I feel the wages are too low and I don't know if I want to keep doing it. The iron bed in the dormitory is so hard and small that you can't even turn over. It's already 3 a.m. and after only a few hours of sleep, it's time to get up and go to work again. Life is getting really hard these days. Art major graduates said finding a job now is harder than reaching the sky. Even graduates from Tsinghua University and Peking University are unemployed, not to mention art students graduating from ordinary universities.
哈哈哈！21198，大家都是找不到工作。
I'm an ordinary master of arts who can't find a job at all. The impact of AI has affected every aspect of our lives. In the past, you could still receive some wall painting, scenic hand painting, illustration, or computer production orders, and hand painting a week could still earn some money. But now, AI one-click generation is fast and good, the cost is also low, and the market is instantly replaced. Of course, some would argue that really good work won't be replaced. But the question is, how many talented people are there? Those are the top artists. More people are just trying to make a living. I'm graduating next year, but I'm so confused about the future that I feel I can't get a job. The school asked us if we wanted to stay in school, such as being a librarian or a counselor. But such positions are all set. People like us who don't have connections are just there to make up the numbers. A while ago, I applied for an art teacher position at a middle school in our hometown. With 50 people interviewing for the position and only one person being hired, the competition was especially high. The art teacher in my hometown area only makes RMB 3,000 a month, but daily living expenses are so high that it's impossible to make ends meet. I have a classmate who is an art teacher and a part-time English teacher. He earns RMB 4,500 a month, which I think is pretty good. Some time ago, I saw a recruitment list in a county in Shaoxing, Zhejiang, and all the people who were finally hired were from Tsinghua University and Peking University. I don't know what ordinary undergraduates and postgraduates can do. When I graduated from college, everyone wanted to go to graduate school. The competition for graduate school was extremely fierce in those 2 years. I finally got in. Now I'm about to graduate and the competition for finding a job has begun again. Doing self-media is the last way out for me, but I'm afraid of being seen by others, so I dare not start. Some netizens also pointed out that Shenzhen is facing difficulties in all trades and industries this year. Many small companies are facing bankruptcy, and office buildings are empty. There are few job opportunities, but the number of unemployed people is increasing. Many people even have to return to their hometowns and villages because they can't find suitable jobs. This year, many large companies in Shenzhen are also laying off employees and cutting salaries. Even many companies in Kuxing Science Park have laid off employees. Now, some listed companies in Nanshan can't even pay their salaries. In some companies, employees were still working normally the day before, but in the evening, they were notified of the company's dissolution. A client and I complained that some companies now don't even mention layoffs but arrange all kinds of challenging jobs for their employees. If you can, continue to do it. If you can't, you can only quit and leave. In the past 2 years, I have met many bosses. Conscientious bosses will find ways to pay their employees even if they have to take out loans. But some bosses don't care about their employees' lives. Not only companies, but many roadside shops are also struggling to survive. This month, to be honest, I can hardly pay the rent. This year in Shenzhen, many office workers can't afford to pay back the interest on online loans and credit cards with their monthly income. Recently, some well-known companies in Shenzhen have also made many people feel anxious and confused. On November 29th, news of NetEase's Shenzhen game department layoffs circulated online. A suspected NetEase employee posted an article online saying that he was the last one to leave, and attached several pictures of the office in a mess. Everything was emptied. NetEase responded that the so-called all layoffs were false information. The relevant adjustments were made a few months ago and were routine adjustments for a single product. Many colleagues have already transferred to other projects, and this isn't a large-scale layoff. According to reports, the layoffs involve a smaller team within the Shenzhen division of NetEase Games, a development and operations team for a shooting game. The game performed poorly after its official launch, and after only 45 days of operation in China, it was announced that it would be discontinued. Its performance was far below expectations. In recent years, Shenzhen, as a frontier city of China's reform and opening up, has attracted a large number of young people and families. However, with the rapid development of the city, the true face of Shenzhen is often overlooked, especially the unknown life pressures behind it. Shenzhen's permanent population has reached 17.68 million, with over 11 million people living in the urban villages. Although Shenzhen is home to many high-end office buildings seen as symbols of modern workplaces, 70% of the city's population resides in these urban villages. Urban villages are home to the city's lower-income groups whose lives are filled with struggles. They live a reality that starkly contrasts with the city's surface-level prosperity. In addition, only 15% of the people living in urban villages earn more than RMB 10,000 per month. For the majority of residents in these villages, a monthly income of over RMB 10,000 remains an unattainable goal. Many white-collar workers are busy with their jobs every day but struggles to escape the pressures of high living costs, leaving them with less and less time to truly enjoy life. Shenzhen's minimum wage standard is RMB 2,360 per month, while the official average wage is RMB 12,960. The stark contrast between these figures reflects the significant imbalance in reality. Although some individuals earn well above the standard, for the majority of low-income groups, Shenzhen's high cost of living makes it impossible to cover daily expenses with the average wage. Meanwhile, the rising rent and prices in the city continue to increase the financial pressure on ordinary residents.